Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the March reading vlog. If you've seen some of my last few reading vlogs, you know that I'm going to try to make a reading vlog for every month. So if you want to keep up with me and my reading, make sure to subscribe. It's March 5th and I still haven't started a book because I've been swamped with homework. But I feel like today's a good time to start a book. One of my classes got canceled, so I don't really have anything to do right now. And it's also a rainy day, so even better. But the first book I'm going to read this month is The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. If you know me, you know that I'm a romance girly through and through, and then like every now and then I'll read something not romance. So here we go. I've been wanting to read this for the longest time because I know so many people love this book and this author, and on top of that they're making a movie with Sydney Sweeney, so I was like, okay, I need to read the book so I can watch the movie, even though the movie probably isn't even close to being done yet. But that movie announcement pushed this up on my TBR. So yeah, here she is. We're gonna read her, and it's nice and short, which I feel like is good because lately I've been reading a lot of long books and I feel like it's just slowing my reading down. So hopefully I can finish this one pretty quick. I could be wrong, but I think this book is about like a family, and I think they do like weird things, and the housemaid kind of gets caught up in it. And I also know there's sequels to the book. I don't really know if they're necessary to read. Like, I don't know if this book ends off on a cliffhanger, but I guess we'll see. I hope it doesn't, but let's get into this. Okay guys, it's a few days later. It's literally the middle of the night, but quick reading updates. I'm on chapter 34. I'm a little more than halfway done, and let me just tell you, this book is like kind of crazy. I honestly just want to binge the whole thing, but I can't because I have other stuff that I need to do. But I read a lot of it yesterday and then a lot more today, and the chapters are so short, so they're like quick to get through. But basically this book follows a woman named Millie, and she gets a job as a housemaid for this really rich family. It's a mom, a dad, and a daughter, and the mom is a little crazy. The daughter, who's probably like 6 or something, she's also crazy, and then the dad, he seems normal, but I'm not gonna lie, I am sure he has some sort of baggage. But basically Millie, she gets this job, she's working for this family, and she slowly realizes how crazy the mom is and the daughter, and she like wants to like leave the job, but she can't just quit this job because she's desperate for a job. She has no home. She was like evicted from her apartment, so this housemaid job, it's like a live-in job, so with it she gets a place to stay and she gets the money. And she's just been having a hard time finding a job because of a certain reason that I'm not going to say because it may or may not be a spoiler, I don't know, but she's just having a hard time finding a job. So she's desperate for this job, and she's just like trying to stick it out until she can like make enough money to leave. But yeah, that's kind of what's happening. I feel like my little summary doesn't give it justice to how entertaining it is. There's also a romance within the book, so I'm definitely invested in that. But yeah, this book is really good. Hopefully I can finish it by the end of the weekend. It's Friday right now, so that's the goal, but we'll see. I'm nervous. Okay guys, it's the next day. First of all, let's just take a moment to appreciate my shirt. Perfect for this video. If you're wondering, I got it from Shein. Today I honestly have a lot of stuff to do, but we're gonna make the time to do some reading. It's almost 1:30 and I spent like most of my morning just doing work. So now I'm gonna take a little break. I wanna go to Starbucks and get a matcha. I wanna try their lavender matcha because they just like came out with that. I've never actually had a lavender matcha or anything lavender flavored. Honestly, up until a few months ago, I didn't realize people ate lavender flavored things. I thought it was just a smell, but yeah, I'm gonna try a lavender matcha today. Hopefully it's good. If it's warm enough, I kind of just want to sit in the park and read there. It's sunny outside. I don't know if it's windy. If it's windy, then that might be a deal breaker, but yeah, we'll just go there, see what the vibes are like. If I'm feeling it, I'll read in the park. If not, I'm gonna come back here, but either way, we're getting my matcha, so that's exciting. Okay, let's go. Okay, reading in the park was low-key a bust. It was nice and warm as long as you were in the sun, but the sun only really shines like in the middle of the park, which is like an open area, and that's kind of where all the people congregate. So I did not want to sit where there were a bunch of people. So I sat kind of on the side of the park, and it's like more shaded, so I sat there. It was chill for like the first minute, but then like out of nowhere a huge gust of wind came, and I was like, hold on now, why do I feel like I'm gonna get blown away? And even worse, like it was going like against my back, so it low-key felt like I was being pushed. But like a huge gust of wind came, and I was like, okay, not ideal, maybe I can stick it out. So I just kind of sit, I'm people watching. At this point I wasn't really focused on pulling out my book because I was too focused on my matcha, which is actually pretty good. I'll get more into that later. But I was sitting there, and then it just got windy again, and I was like, okay, this isn't really the vibe. And on top of that, like my hands were getting really cold, which is really random, but like my hands were getting cold. So I was like, okay, it's time to go back. But yeah, that's that. If it was warmer and like not windy, I definitely would have stayed out there, but like it wasn't. So here I am. As for the matcha, it's pretty good. Like in a weird way, it kind of reminds me of Fruit Loops. I don't know if Fruit Loops are supposed to taste like lavender, but like it low-key reminds me of how Fruit Loops taste. Not like in a like weird, like strong, overpowering way. Like it's just like if I were to like describe it as anything, I'm gonna describe it as the taste that Fruit Loops has. Literally, I've drank like all of this. I swear there's like more cold foam and ice in here than there is actual matcha. Like this is empty now. I should have got a bigger size. Oh well, it was good while it lasted. Oh, also I got 2 K-pops. So as I read, I will be snacking on those. Let me get to reading because that's what I said I would do. Oh my god. Oh. Part 2? Part 2? I didn't know there was a part 1. I'm nervous. I'm trying to come up with a theory as to what is happening. I kind of have one roughly in my head, but like it doesn't really make any sense. Like I need more details to make it make sense. God, what is happening? Guys, I was kind of right. Y'all, things are getting crazy. Oh my god. I just finished chapter 57 and I hate to say this because if you know, you know, but Millie is low-key eating. Like, okay girl, period. Okay, it's a little bit later and I just finished reading this. First of all, I can't remember the last time I binged a book so fast. It probably took me like 2 to 3 days to read this. And if I hadn't had any classes or schoolwork to worry about, I probably would have read this in one day because it was just that good. First of all, my rating, I think I'm gonna have to give it a 5-star. I'm still gonna like sit on that, but as of right now, like I don't see why it wouldn't be a 5-star. Like I loved every single minute of it. And when I wasn't reading it, I wanted to be reading it. Like I just wanted to know what was gonna happen because I was just so invested. But as I explained earlier, Millie starts working as a maid for this rich family, the Winchesters, and let's just say the Winchesters are a little crazy. Nina, the mom, she's known for being crazy. Like everybody in this town thinks she's crazy. So when Millie realizes that she's crazy, she's kind of like, what did I just get myself into? And it all kind of spirals from there. But like, oh my gosh, it was just mind-blowing. And I know earlier I said there was like some romance in here, and there like is, but like it's not a romance book, but there happens to be like something going on there. But I do think the little romance that happened in here kept me interested, and the plot twists were good too. I did kind of predict some of it, but the way that it all came together was still very much a shock to me. And then the ending sets it up for the next book, because if you don't know, it's like part of a series. I don't know if it's like a trilogy or a duology or something, but I know there's a second book. So the epilogue sets it up for that. So that's exciting. As I was reading, I was kind of like curious as to how it was gonna go into another book, because I already knew that there was another another book, so getting to the end I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I might have to check that one out. I'm not claiming to be an expert when it comes to thrillers, but this is really good. It's a really popular book. I understand the hype now. But yeah, that's that. I'm definitely glad I read this. I'm low-key mad at myself for putting it off for so long because it was just that good. So if it's on your TBR, literally read it right now. But yeah, that's that. For the rest of the day, I need to do my work, so I will not be reading anymore today. And I probably won't be reading anymore tomorrow because I have a lot of homework. But next time I start a book or do something bookish, you will know. But let's just go to that clip. Okay guys, it's a few days later. I already know what book I'm gonna start next because it's the only book I have right now. I'm not gonna start it right this second, but I do want to start it today. And I just had some alone time right now, so I decided to talk about it a little bit. But I'm gonna start reading The Graham Effect by L. Kennedy, which is the spin-off series to the Off-Campus series. If you don't know what Off-Campus is, it's about this friend group in college and it's a hockey romance, so all of the love interests are hockey players. But this is a whole new series that follows the children of the couples within the Off-Campus series, which is so fun. I've actually never read a spin-off series like that before. Like, obviously I've heard of them, but like I've just never gotten so deep into a series to where I could do that. But I have read the Off-Campus series. I read all of the main books. I didn't read the last like epilogue novel because like I just hear like it's not good, so I didn't want to read that. But I did read each of the couple stories. But anyways, I'm very excited to start this because I feel like there'll be like some nostalgia there. But from what I know about this book, it basically follows Gigi. She's a hockey player, which first of all I love. I don't think I've ever read a book where the girl is a hockey player, but she's a hockey player. She's the daughter of Garrett Graham, and if you've read the Off-Campus books, you know Garrett Graham, but he's like a famous hockey player. And I think she's like just trying to get better at hockey, and she ends up meeting this guy. I really don't know the logistics of it. I haven't really read the back of the book. Okay, so she wants to be on the Olympic team and she just wants to get better, and I think she ends up meeting this guy. I don't even know what the guy's name is. Ryder. She ends up meeting Ryder. So Ryder wants this like summer coaching gig, and Garrett Graham is the one in charge of picking the coach. And I don't know how this happens, but they end up like making some sort of like deal. And so Ryder ends up helping her with her hockey skills because he's also a hockey player and I guess he's really good. I don't really know. So he ends up helping her with her hockey skills. And in return, Gigi puts in a good word for Ryder with her dad, who's Garrett Graham. Oh, and they're enemies. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to be in this world. I'm excited to see Garrett Graham, even though he's the freaking dad. Okay, we're gonna predict my rating right now. I think I'm gonna give it like a 4.5. I actually have to go right now, but I'm gonna start this later, but you'll see. Guys, I got this iced cherry chai. Well, first of all, tell me why I went to Starbucks. I asked for a matcha and they said they were out. And internally, I low-key started freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, I came here for a matcha. What do I get now? And I've been wanting to try this. I don't know why, but it just sounded intriguing to me. This is the iced cherry chai. I do want to say it's probably the cutest drink I've ever seen. Honestly, the camera is not doing it justice, but like the cold foam on top is like pink. So like the drink is pink. But I've decided that I just don't like chai lattes because this is probably like my second or third one that I've had, and I'm just not into it. I don't know why I thought I'd be into this. I'm still gonna drink it. It's too like, I don't even know. It's like a strong flavor and it's like very overpowering. And I'm really not into that. It low-key reminds me of Christmas. I don't know if that like makes any sense. It kind of tastes like a Christmas tree. If a Christmas tree like had a flavor, it would be chai. I don't even know what chai is if I'm being so honest. I just know people love it. Anyways, the reason why I started recording is to talk about this. I'm on page 131, chapter 14. This is such a long book and I'm probably not gonna finish it until like the end of next week, and today's Friday, so yeah. But I am having a really good time. I'm liking the vibe. It's giving Off-Campus. Like if you read the Off-Campus books, you will like this. Obviously because it's like the same author in the same world, but it still like very much feels like Off-Campus, but at the same time, it's a whole nother series. So I'm at a point where Gigi and Ryder, they've made their little deal. I think I said this already, but Ryder wants to work at this like summer camp thingy that Garrett Graham is in charge of, and Garrett Graham doesn't really like Ryder. So Gigi says that she'll put in a good word for him because Gigi is Garrett Graham's daughter, but Gigi says that she'll put in a good word for him if Ryder helps her with some hockey skills that she's been having trouble with. I still don't really know why Ryder's the one that she is going to before this, like she can literally go to her dad and be like, hey, help me. Well, I guess a small part of it is just because she thinks Ryder's attractive, but like still, she could literally ask anybody else for help. Like she doesn't have to ask Ryder, but Ryder is the one she's proposing this to. So I don't know. That's kind of fuzzy for me. Maybe there is like some deeper thing there that I'm missing, but that's that. I will say this book is starting to feel a little long, but it's still entertaining. Nothing that I'm really like complaining about. It's just like an observation that I've had. Also, there's like just a lot of people within this book. Like the first like 5 to 10 chapters, characters are just being introduced left and right, and there's so many of them because this story follows a hockey team, 2 hockey teams actually, and then on top of that there's like some extra people here and there. So there's just like a lot of people being mentioned, and I'm just kind of like, I only know Gigi and Ryder. And then I just want to take this moment to talk about Garrett Graham. Like, I just love this. I love that we're following his kids and Hannah's kid. Like, it's just so fun thinking that I read Garrett and Hannah's book so long ago. Now I'm like reading their child's book. I don't want to say like I grew up with them because that's a little extreme because I really didn't grow up with them. But like, low-key I did. Like, The Deal was one of the first romance books that I read. So it just feels like a full circle moment. And Garrett, he'll like pop in and I'm just like, Garrett, what are you doing here? Like, I'm here for Garrett Graham. Like, I'm not here for any other character. Like, Ryder, the main guy character, you're cute, but like, are you Garrett Graham? And I don't know if that's weird to say because like in this book, he's literally like 40 and his kids are my age, but like, it is what it is. And he's literally a fictional character, so it really doesn't matter. But yeah, that's my little update. I'm probably not gonna read a lot this weekend because I'm really busy. Oh my god, the more I drink this, the worse it gets. I'm not even gonna lie. Also, I think my package is here. I ordered some more books, so I'm gonna go get that now, and then I'll come back and show you guys, obviously. I'll be right back. I'm literally so excited. First, this isn't even a book, but I had to get new mascara. I used the L'Oreal Telescopic. If you've never used it before, use it, because I swear it is life-changing. But now for the books. I only got 2 books. I got The Right Move by Liz Tomford, which is the 2nd book in the Windy City series. It's kind of like messed up at the bottom. I don't know if you can tell. Like, how did that even happen? But it's fine because I'm really excited for this book because I always hear people rave about it. If you saw my last reading vlog for February, you saw me read Mile High, which is the book before this. It's a series of like sports romances. Mile High, the first book, was a hockey romance, and I think this is a basketball one. If you really know me, you know I'm like low-key a basketball girly, so I'm really excited for this. And then the 2nd book, I don't know which book I'm more excited for now that I'm really thinking about it, but I got Powerless by Elsie Silver, which is the 3rd book in the Chestnut Spring series, which may be like a new favorite series of mine. Again, one of my last reading vlogs, I read the book before this, which was Heartless, and I gave that a 5-star. Oh my gosh, it was so good. And then the first book, Flawless, I might have recorded myself reading that one too. I don't really remember, but that book was really good too. So I'm just like really excited to finish this whole series. I honestly don't really know much about this one. I just know it's like a hockey romance. Childhood friends. Okay, we'll see how this goes, but I'm like so excited for this. So yeah, that's what I got. I'll probably end up reading one of these before the month is over, so you guys will see. Sadly, I have a lot of homework to do, so I'm gonna spend my Friday night doing that. Yay! Okay guys, it's quite a few days later. I honestly don't remember the last time I filmed for this video, but I'm in a completely different location now. I'm at home for spring break. I got here last night, but yesterday morning I finished The Graham Effect, but I just didn't give you my thoughts because I was just busy dealing with traveling, so I didn't really have time to just sit down and talk to you guys. But I finished The Graham Effect. All my thoughts have been settled. I know how I feel about the book, and let me just say, this was a great time. I gave it a 4.5. I just enjoyed like every second of it. It was just so fun. I kind of forgot how much I enjoyed Elle Kennedy's writing and like her characters. Like by the end of the book, you literally feel like you know all the characters. You feel like they're real people. You feel like you go to school with them. I think I already explained like kind of the synopsis. Gigi will put in a good word for Ryder with her dad, and then Ryder will teach her some hockey skills. But there is a lot more to this book than like just that. We see both of them like dealing with things personally, but then like when they get together, they're able to like kind of solve it all, and it's just like, okay. I really liked their relationship. I thought they were perfect for each other. I loved their chemistry. I loved their banter. Literally, they were just great together in every aspect. As for like individual characters, Ryder, I literally put on my Goodreads, read for Garrett Graham because I did, stayed for Luke Ryder because, oh my gosh, Ryder, I kind of love him. Like, I didn't think I was gonna love him as much as I did. I loved him a lot. He's definitely like a bad boy character who's like low-key a softie on the inside, and I really will just eat that up every time. And then Gigi, I loved her as a character. She was kind, she knew what she wanted, and I really loved her humor. Like, low-key, it kind of aligned with my humor, so I was just like laughing at everything she said. Side characters, it's always fun to see side characters in books like this because they do play such a prominent role in the story, because the side characters will eventually get their own books. I will say at the beginning it was kind of confusing because there was just a lot of people, but eventually I got the hang of it and I know who everybody is now. And honestly, I thought all of the side characters were funny. I love seeing the little situations they would get into. Again, they felt like actual people, like actual friends of mine that I'm reading about. Like, I don't know if that sounds weird, but like I feel like I actually know them. And to top it all off, since this is the spin-off to Off Campus, you see all of the off-campus characters and it's literally so cute and I love it, and I love seeing how they ended up. This book was great. The only reason why I'm giving it a 4.5 and not like something higher is because it did feel very long. Like, it was 500 pages, but at the same time I think it was perfect in its own way. It was great. As for the rest of the series, I don't know if I'll continue it anytime soon. I feel like I just haven't heard like amazing things about it. I don't know. I haven't done too much research, but I've just heard that the other books aren't as good as this. So I don't know. I'm definitely gonna have to be in the mood to finish this series. So we'll see. That's that. I think I'm gonna try to start a book tonight. I think I'm gonna do The Right Move by Liz Tomford because I'm honestly really excited to see like what happens in that book, because I know so many people love that book. So I'll do that later tonight. I think it's like 9 o'clock right now, but I need to take a shower. After I take my shower, we will start reading. Okay guys, remember how I said I was gonna start my book last night? I didn't. I fell asleep. I was so tired, and I remember waking up at one point and I was like, I need to wake back up so I can read my book. Did not happen. But it's the next morning. I'm gonna start it. I don't know if I said I was gonna pick The Right Move, but I picked The Right Move. So let's read this. Guys, it's hours later. It's actually nighttime now, but I've been reading on and off all day, and currently I'm on page 122, chapter 13, so I felt like it was a good time to give a little update on how everything's going. Let me just say, before reading this book, all I ever heard was Ryan Shay this, Ryan Shay that. I love Ryan Shay. Now that I'm reading this, I too love Ryan Shay. Like, I'm giggling through this whole thing. Okay, first let me just like kind of explain what the book is about. Basically, we have Ryan and Indy. Ryan is an NBA player, and then Indy's a flight attendant. Indy basically needs a place to stay, and so she ends up moving in with Ryan. And then long story short, it escalates into them fake dating. Obviously, we can see where that's going. It's obviously a sports romance, so you got the sports in there. And I've never read a basketball romance, which is kind of surprising to me because I actually love basketball. Like, I love watching the NBA. I'm just shocked that I've never read a basketball romance, but I'm very much invested in the basketball talk of it. Even if you don't like basketball, it's not like overkill or anything. It's like any other sports romance. It's just I resonate more with it because I actually understand what they're talking about, because I feel like usually I read like hockey romances, and let me just say I know nothing about hockey. I've never watched a hockey game in my life, so I just think it's funny that I've never actually read a sports romance on the one sport that I actually pay attention to. But here I am, and I'm having a blast. But yeah, let's keep reading. I look and feel like a hot mess, but I finished reading The Right Move. So now I have to give you my final thoughts. This book was really, really good. Right now, I think I'm gonna give it a 4.25. It really didn't give me that 5-star feeling, and I kind of feel like a 4.5 is a little too high, maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of like going back and forth between 4.5, 4.25, but it's definitely higher than a 4. Let me just say, I understand the Ryan Shay hype. He honestly is probably one of the best book boyfriends I've ever read. He was just like so good. I don't want to go too into detail, but like the way that he just showed his love for Indy was amazing, and I was eating up every single second of it. I think I said this already, but they're fake dating, so you see their romance evolve from that. And they're also roommates, so there's forced proximity there. It's also best friend's brother. You got the sports romance going on in there. I also really love the female main character, Indy. I just really loved her personality. She's very outgoing, smart, and she's also like very into her little hobbies. Like, she loves to read romance books, and she loves flowers, and she embroiders. Like, I don't know, I I think I related to her in that sense. And I just love seeing when the main character like has more to them. We get to like know more about like their hobbies or their little interests, and she was just like very relatable. And I loved seeing the side characters. Since this is the second book, you see the characters from the first book. The first book in the series is about Ryan's sister, so if you read the first book, you read that romance, but you also like see some of the romance in this book because it's Ryan's sister, so obviously they're gonna see each other. So I love seeing that. There's this one character named Rio. I love him. I hope he gets a book. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's the newest book that Liz Humford's about to release this year. I need to look more into that, but I will definitely be reading his book. But yeah, this whole book was just so good. I understand why people love it so much. I'm trying to think of like what exactly made me not give the book like a 5-star. I do think like parts of it I was kind of, I don't want to say dragging through it, but like I just wasn't as interested, but like it was still really good. Overall, everything about this was great. It was cute, it was sweet, had its spicy moments, had its drama, which I love. But yeah, now I can put this on my shelf. Before the day is over, I'm gonna do some book journaling. I have to catch up on all of my spreads because I have not been updating my book journal, and I have to write down my thoughts for this book and then a few other books that I've already read. So yeah, we're just gonna spend the evening updating my book journal and making it look all cute. I don't know if I'm gonna do it right now or if I'm gonna save it for later, but either way, you'll see me doing it. And I was paralyzed, times on, and you don't even know.